name is Sarah. I am the knitter, crocheter, the designer, the dyer, the all the things behind Denim and Rain. And this is my Whatevercast, where I talk about whatever I feel like. Whatever I feel like. We're off to a good start today. It's been a while. I haven't done one in what feels like forever. I actually did do one a couple weeks ago, and then I just never got around to posting it, and here I am way further into projects than I was a couple weeks ago. But yeah, life happened. But I actually went almost a couple of months without knitting or crocheting because I found out I was pregnant and I was nauseous and I did not want to touch any of the yarn. So I'm finally starting to get my mojo back and making all the things though. But today I think I'm going to start with non-knitting things because again, this is my Whatevercast. I can talk about whatever I want. Actually, first I want to tell you about what happened last night. We had an earthquake. Just a little one, a little 4.7, but still enough to scare the bejesus out of us in the middle of the night. We both, my husband and I, shot straight up out of bed and was like, what is that? Kids slept right through it. I mean, it wasn't strong enough to do any damage or knock anything over in the house, but it was enough to scare us awake. So hopefully that's the end of it and we won't have any more. I mean, we do live in Washington, so no guarantees. But anyways, that's what happened last night. That's the excitement of the year for us. So anyways, tomorrow is Claire's 5th birthday party. My firstborn is getting old. So she requested princesses. So I made this really awesome castle out of cardboard and I painted it. And this is going to go on the table with her cupcakes and such. So there's a little princess up in the window. It's got all these pretty little vines hanging from the windows and stuff. So yeah. Cardboard is awesome. Thankfully my mom had a piece big enough because I did not. And then I made her a gigantic flower crown. Like, this thing is seriously huge, but she's like, I don't care, mommy. Of course she doesn't care because it's girly, so she'll wear it. So yeah, that's for her birthday tomorrow. And then I also made glitter crowns and I've got flowers and just all the girly princessy things you can imagine. So yeah, and then some of the other non-knitty things I've been doing is I've been doing some macrame. I am participating in Fibershare, and this year they have a theme of friendship bracelets. So I have made a bracelet, which I'm actually keeping for myself, and I'm going to make another one. But the macrame bracelet was actually really fun to make. And then I also did a whole bunch of macrame plant hangers, which are stuck on my pins on my bag, for a local plant store that they'll sell in their shop in our town. So finished all these. They'll be getting delivered today or tomorrow. Very excited about those guys being done. This skinny stuff is brutal to work with. My hands cramp up really bad. So I have to take breaks a lot more than I'd like to, but they got done. They're finished. So yeah, macrame. It's fun though. I love the end result of macrame. Not so much the process, but I love what I get in the end, like cool bracelets. So knitting, however, is much more fun. And I have a couple of finished things to show you. This does not have its ends woven in, but it's just a dishcloth. I can't talk today. Blech. It's hot. I am participating in Stash Dash, and I have set myself a rather lofty goal, one that I'm not sure I'm going to make, but I'm determined to try. So like little things like this don't add a whole lot to it, but it adds something. So I need to make a couple more dishcloths, so that will just tick down at my meterage a little bit. But then I also finished a pair of fingering weight socks, which I'm very proud of. These are the Everyday Hermione socks, and I forget the name of the designer. I'm sorry. I will post that in the description box below. This is Woolberry Fiber Company. This gray color is called Farmer's Market, and then the name of the blue is escaping me as well. Let's see, there's another one. Again, ends are not woven in. But it's too hot to wear these socks anyway, so I'll just, once I'm cold and I want to wear socks, I'll sew in ends. So yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out for my first fingering weight socks. I do think I need to knit one or two more pairs before I have like my perfect sock, because you know, you have patterns set, and yes, you may meet gauge, but you have to like kind of adjust for your foot and stuff, so haven't quite figured that out yet. And then I have a half finished object, but it's going to stay a half finished object because it's too small, and I'm not going to knit the other one. So this is a sock I knit for a pattern. This is the Hey King sock. This is made out of a worsted weight, and I just used Care-On Simply Soft because that's what I have in my stash and I'm trying to get through it. So we have some nice little tough acrylic socks in worsted weight that will keep my feet nice and cozy. Except for they won't keep me cozy because they're too small. I'm a tight knitter, and yeah, I didn't gauge swatch in the round. I did it flat, and my purling is looser than my knitting, so yeah, you know what happened there. So yeah, right, and let me grab this real quick. Alright, here we are. I also had to tell a child to be quiet because they're supposed to be having quiet time in their bedrooms, but they're not being quiet. So this is another sock I'm working on. This is one that is unnamed. It has a really fun ribbing texture, but in the spots where you usually do the purls, it's a seed stitch. Kind of see it there. And this is again using up my Care-On Simply Soft from my stash. As much as I would love to buy myself some wool to make some cozy wool socks, it's not happening right now. So we'll stick with the acrylic until it's all used up, and then once I've gone through it all, I will buy myself some wool. And I'm knitting them on my ChowGoo red lace, which I love. Eventually I would like to purchase a interchangeable set. And I've got my little Yoda stitch marker, which my camera apparently doesn't like. Oh, well there's Yoda. You can see his fuzzy outline. That or it's just my eyes, because I'm not wearing my glasses. And again, I can't see my screen. Let's see, what else am I working on? So this is another sock. All the socks, what? And if you had told me even probably a year ago, because I've been knitting now for 2 years, 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. If you told me that I was going to be knitting socks, I would have laughed at you. Yes, I would have. But I'm knitting socks. So this is a little shorty. Oops, on my tails. It's a little shorty sock I'm working on. And fingering weight. This speckled colorway is my Floral Astronaut. It was sitting in the shop for a while, and the temptation was too great, so I just pulled it out of the shop. This is my Seattle Sun colorway, and this is Pink Peppercorn. And then the toe will have an orange, And then the other sock will have blue, green, and purple for the cuff, heel, and toe. So they're going to be super fun and colorful socks. Super fun. Those ones I've set aside for right now though, because I've got too many things going on, as you'll continue to see. Oh yeah, I missed one. Here's another macrame thing I was working on. Not that you can see it because the screen doesn't want to look at anything other than my face. It's like a little key fob thing. So that's fun. I was experimenting to make a big lanyard. Yeah, I did not cut myself enough macrame cord. So it turned into a little key fob, but that's okay. It was me experimenting and having fun with new things and trying stuff. Let's see. I'll show you the next thing. This one you've seen before. This is my Longbourn shawl scarf. I will wear it as a scarf, but I know lots of people like to wear shawls. So this has 3 different colorways in it. This is the Explorer Knits and Fibers, her Aspens and Fall. This is my Autumn Rose, and this is Explorer Knits and Fibers Orange Blossom. And this pattern has a really pretty lace, which will look so much better when it's blocked out. And then the rest is just garter. I love simple patterns that have a little twist to them. So this is a garter shawl scarf, but with a really pretty lace at the bottom. And it will be going back after this gray section is done. It will have the Autumn Rose and then the Orange Blossom at the other end for the lace. I am going to have to, once I get to the other end, set myself a lifeline and then knit the lace this way, and I'm going to see how the edge looks going the opposite direction. And then if it doesn't look good, then I'll just pull back to my lifeline and then I'll knit the lace up and then join there. So we'll see. I'm hoping I don't have to do that, 'cause that sounds like a lot of work. And I would like to just be able to knit one continuous panel. So yeah, that will be an interesting thing. And would definitely be a first for me. So this shawl is giving me all the new challenges, knitting lace and then seeing if I'm gonna have to rejoin. Next, I'll show you a hat that I've literally just started. This is using the Bernat Velvet, which is so insanely buttery soft, you guys. I love it. This is the one I knit my failed sweater out of, my uber soft one. It did not turn out. The yarn just cannot be made into garments. It unravels and the tails don't stay tucked in, and there's nothing more frustrating than wearing a sweater and then wing, out pops this little end and it's hanging out. Not any good. Every time I wear that sweater, I have to sew in ends, and usually partway through my day I've got little tails poking out everywhere. So beautiful yarn, not for garments. So we're gonna do some accessories. I made a bear bonnet out of some of this, and oh, it's so soft, and I think it will be perfect for babies. But I think it would make a super cozy winter hat. So working on that. Just gonna be a simple ribbed beanie, something cozy. And then I've got a couple of little baby things in the works. But first I'll show you my sweater, because there's not a whole lot to show. This is it. This is my sweater. So much, huh? And I forgot to grab my sketchbook, so I don't have the design to, I don't have the sketch to show you. Come on, focus. It's too little. So this is going to be a scoop raglan, and the front is going to be a double seed stitch, and the rest will be a stockinette. And so I'm currently working on this part and bringing this in, and it will have a small scoop, and it's raglan. So I'm experimenting. This is my first scoop raglan, and I'm kind of making it up as I go along, so we'll see how that turns out. And then I will also be going back, and at the end I'll apply a collar, because right now it's just not a live edge, but just a plain curly edge, which I don't like. It's so annoying. But this is the yarn I dyed up. This is in collaboration with Naked Yarns. I was hoping to be a little further along than this, but I don't know. I would like to have it done before fall. I do have a vacation coming up, which means lots of knitting time, so I'm hoping maybe I can at least get a good amount done. But this is my first sweater in fingering weight. Oh my gosh, it takes so much longer than worsted. Why does it take so much longer? Yeah, not fun. And speaking of worsted weight sweaters, I have a baby sweater. Look at how cute it is. Just ignore the spot where I messed up. And I was not feeling like going back. I was down to here, and I was like, it's for my baby. I don't care. I will do anything to avoid frogging. I hate frogging because it's so sad to see progress you've made and then going backwards. It's not good. And I mean, if this were a gift, I would frog it and go back. But it's for my baby, so I don't really care. But yeah, it's super cozy. I'm working up the pattern right now. When I release the pattern, I'll have to just put something over that big ugly spot, but you know. So it's got a really pretty stitch in the front, and then the rest of it is just the stockinette. And then it will have the ribbed bottom around the cuffs, and then the hem of the sweater. So yeah. And this is also Care on Simply Soft. I have a rather large, I mean, it's not huge. I don't have a large stash, but I have a good amount of Care on Simply Soft because it's cheap. And it's not a bad yarn. Like, I'm not an enormous fan of acrylic, especially after starting working with wool. But especially for baby stuff though, I don't mind having the acrylic because you need stuff that you can just throw into the wash a million times and it will hold up. So, and sweaters spit up and all the terrible things get all over them. And then my next thing is also for my baby. I'm knitting a blanket. And so I started out and I had swatches for a ton of different patterns and stitches, and I didn't like any of them. And I just decided I wanted a good old-fashioned garter stitch because I love the garter stitch. So here it is. It's a good sized little blanket here, and this is knit in the, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry, my phone was ringing and it was all the way over there. Usually I silence it and I have it right here, but I didn't even pay attention. So yeah, baby blanket. And this is being knit out of Paint Box Yarns Cotton DK in the Pistachio colorway, which is super pretty and gender neutral, so whether I have a boy or a girl, it will be super cute. And I love that this cotton is not the shiny cotton, because I'm not a fan of that. So I really like that it's the matte one. So yeah, there's that. And then I've also been working on my crochet granny squares. Did I grab those? No, I did not. I have the other ones. I currently have the ones I made before Stash Dash in a bundle. There's no way I'm going to finish the entire blanket by the time Stash Dash is over, but I will have, I will be able to count the meterage for the square, the individual squares. So I'm keeping those ones separate, and the ones ahead of Stash Dash all bundled up and tucked away. So yeah, I think that is it, which is actually a lot. I mean, I do have some other whips, but they're not currently being worked on. I have my scrappy blanket. I have another shawl, a crocheted shawl, and then I've also been working on a couple of getting some patterns actually written. So, and I even have some of my pattern testers working on one right now, and I've already gotten one feedback, and I'm excited to move it forward and share this new pattern. You guys are gonna love it. I know. I just know you will. And I will also be having my Wallaway Tweep sweater coming out soon. I just have to make some adjustments. I'm probably going to release that one middle of August. That way people can start thinking about fall, you know, and start maybe buying yarn and knitting it. So that way they can wear it when the weather gets cold. So yeah, that's all I have to share. That's kind of a lot of stuff crammed in. But now I have to go finish cleaning my house for a birthday party tomorrow. Yay! Which will probably be today when you're watching it, because today's Friday. I'll probably post this on Saturday because I've got too much to do. Unless I end up getting it all done and I post it tonight. We'll see. Who knows? Anyways, I'm going to say goodbye now before I continue to ramble on and on and on and on about absolutely nothing. So thank you for joining me. Be sure to follow me in all the places. Instagram, I'm pretty sure I have a Facebook. Ravelry. Etsy. I'm mostly active on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. And all the links will be down below. So thank you so much for watching this randomness, and have a fabulous weekend.